In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how you use the iPevo document camera with your computer. And I'm at ViewAcres and I'm using the ViewSonic Flat Screen. How do you hook it up? And also, how do you use the remote Chromebox, which is kind of like having an extra Chromebook. So let's start off with the setup. Here's my computer. I'm logged in. I have the dongle. So I'm going to go ahead and plug my dongle in. Notice that my dongle has a USB, an HDMI in the middle, and a USB-C on the right. Now that I have my dongle in, I'm going to take the USB cord, this is a USB cord, that came with my document camera, and I'm going to plug it into my left side of my dongle. The other side of this cord is going to the back of the document camera. Generally, this is the power button, but we're going to be smart and we're going to use it so we can show both the document camera and our computer while we're teaching. It is important when you have this plugged in, because it is powered by your computer, that you also power your laptop. So you're going to notice there's an extra USB-C power cord there, or port. So we're going to go ahead and plug in our power port. As you can see, that's plugged in the wall. And I'm going to take this right here, and I'm going to plug it into the computer. So now that I have my power cord plugged in, I have my document plugged into my dongle, I am now going to show you how to use the document camera. The first thing you're going to do on your laptop is look in the bottom, and you're going to see the North Clackamas self-service portal. We have lots of different software resources for you there. I've already downloaded the visualizer software. This is the software that we use for the iPevo camera. I can tell that I've downloaded it because it says open instead of install. If it says install, please go through the installment process. After you've installed it, I would recommend that you go down to your Finder, which is in the lower left-hand corner, go to your Applications, and then press V on your keyboard, and it will take you to the visualizer software that you just downloaded. If you click and hold on this, you can move this icon to your dock. I would recommend that you do this because it's an easy way to get to your document camera instead of always having to open up the Finder and going to the applications. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on the visualizer software. And you can see me right now. That's because the document camera is not turned on. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. You're going to notice down here that there's a little power switch. And when I press it down like that, it turns green. When it turns green, you will also see that there is a light there. And so now when I look at my document camera, I can see that it is showing, let's put this right underneath it here. It's showing what I have underneath here. So my document is showing. A couple quick things about this visualizer software. The first thing that you need to notice is there is a little icon here, and it lets you rotate, zoom, many of the features that you are used to in your old document camera. What I like best is freezing, because if I put my hand underneath the document camera, it's frozen and it doesn't show anything. So if I now turn it back off and I put my hand underneath there, it moves. Nice feature. I also have the ability here to change from a snapshot to a recording. And when I go to the recording, I have the ability to actually do a recording. So if I wanted to do a video where I wanted kids to watch it asynchronously at home, I could do that. I could even include myself by clicking on this count right here. And it's a picture in a picture. So it's using my laptop's camera to show me, and it's using my document camera to show the document camera. Simply take your mouse and click on this here. As you record, it will ask you what you want to call it. I'll just call it test. And what I would recommend is that you make a little folder on your desktop. So I go to desktop, and then I actually press this little down arrow button right here, and I make a new folder right here. And when I make a new folder, I would call it, DocCam. And it's going to put it on my desktop. Now I already have one on there, so I'm just going to cancel it. So I'm going to go ahead and save. So right now it's preparing, and you can see that it is recording. Oftentimes I like to pause it. So if I press pause, I can do something different here and continue to record. Pause and then stop. It is now finished. And on my desktop, I will find a folder, and inside there, I will find the video. Very helpful. All right, also you'll notice in the lower right-hand corner, there is an autofocus. So if things are a little out of focus on your document camera, just click that, and it's going to do its best to refocus. Right now, I see this, but how do my students see this? Well, we do need to connect the computer to the flat screen. So the first thing I'm going to show you is at View Acres, there is one HDMI port right here. This is an HDMI cord, and I'm going to put it in here. There's only one way to put it in. Make sure you push it in nice and snugly. So I'm going to follow this around, and at the end here is the other end of my HDMI port. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug that into the middle part of my dongle. After I've plugged in the HDMI port into my dongle from the wall, it's important that I make sure my computer settings are correct. So I'm going to go up here to the Apple menu. I'm going to go to my system preferences. I'm going to look for displays. And when I do that, you're going to see something that says arrangement. Arrangement means that it detects more than one display. Right now, I'm mirroring. So what you see here is what I see up here. Just like that. One thing I might recommend that you do is there's a little show mirroring options in the window. Sometimes I like to just click that. The reason why, take that off, is that up here it shows my mirroring options. So instead of having to go to my preferences all the time, I can just go right into my display settings right there and change it if I want to. Okay? All right. So now that my computer settings are correct, sometimes when you turn on the TV, it will show you, like, it doesn't show a signal. Mine does show a signal. So I've just basically turned it on. I press the red button. But you're noticing here that there's an input button. And when I select the input button, it's going to show me the different holes that I can go in. And right now it's on HDMI 1. HDMI 1 is the port in the wall there. That's the one I want. So that's why I can see what's on my computer screen up here. Pretty easy. So again, I'm making sure that I'm holding the input button down. Make sure you point it towards the TV. And if I do need to move it, I can use these arrows. And so I can press it to the right, and now I see I'm on HDMI 2 and press OK. If I press OK, it's going to show me HDMI 2. And you're going to say, what is HDMI 2? Well, this is that extra Chrome book that I kind of told you, but it's actually called a Chromebit. This is super cool. If you were at the back of your classroom, away from kids, and you wanted to show something on your screen using the Chromebook or a Chromebit, you would need to make sure and turn on your keyboard. So I'm looking at this. I'm going to lift it up, and I see right here that it's red. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it on so it's green. So this is a little weird, but I'm going to go over here. I'm going to sit down just like this, and I am going to log in up here. So I'm going to use my whole at nclac.k12.or.us, or my students can log in. So let me show you what that looks like. I'm going to go ahead and type in the information. I see that the cursor is blinking in the field. So I'll just start typing and put in the information. So right now I've typed in my student ID, ncsd@nclac.org. Again, you would, if you're logging in, put in at nclac.k12.or.us. I'm now going to press enter, and it's going to ask me to put in my password. Once I've put in my password, it is going to log me into the student account. This is what a student would see if they were in a North Clackamas Chromebook account. They always see this first page here, which is just appropriate use policies and such forth. What's really cool about this is I can use the tracking pad to move my mouse there. I can open up new tabs if I want to, and I would click here to kind of press a press on like your tracking pad. All right, it is super important that when you are done that you log out, or anybody could access your account information. So I'm going to take my mouse and I'm going to go down to the lower right hand corner and I'm going to click. When I do that, you can see the traditional log out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this sign out option, which is right next to that red dot, sign out. When I do that, it signs me out of that particular account. I notice also here that I have the ability to use this. If I want the input controls to come up, I can click, move my finger behind all the way, and there's a button. So I'm going to go ahead and press that. When I do that, this comes up. I need to move from HDMI to HDMI 1. So I'm going to use this button right here, put my finger behind there. You can see that it's there. And this button right here is the enter key. So I'm going to press that. And you can see that now it's going to move me to HDMI 1. And sometimes it takes a couple seconds. There I am, HDMI 1. And I'm right back here. And as always, if you need more support, please reach out to either Amy Gertenrich-Dwyer, Carolyn Kirschman, or Kristen Montagno.